Hey guys, what is going on? This is Travis P11. I'd like to welcome you to my garage. And today we're going to be opening up some accessories and a new mat from Tmat. The Tmat system is something I've been testing out on the channel. If you haven't checked it out yet, you can check out my Tmat playlist. The last couple of videos I posted to the channel is all about the Tmat system. And if you don't know what the Tmat system is, it is essentially a cargo management system for pickup trucks and SUVs. It allows you to securely organize, lock down, maneuver different types of tools and accessories that you might put on the bed of your pickup truck. It's a really cool system. It's modular. It allows for a lot of expansion. It's made in the USA. I've been using one for about 9 months now. I absolutely love it. Depending on what your uses are, there's lots of different configurations you can go with and so on. And today, Tmat has sent me some more accessories for me to show you on the channel. We'll get the new mat system set up. We'll show you what we're going to be going with and how we're going to use it. And we're going to go from there. So just real quick while I got your attention, if you are interested in buying yourself a Tmat system or accessories, use the link down below in the description box. And if you do that, you guys will get 10% off from your shopping cart when you go to check out. No special codes you have to use, just use the link that'll take care of you. And then also there's a small commission that goes to the channel and that helps the channel out too. So you guys can help me to continue making great content for you, which I absolutely love to do. All right, so let's go and continue with the system. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what Tmat sent us this time around. Tmat, I believe they're based out of Oklahoma, but the items are made in Ohio. Again, American-made products, which is awesome. And they did pair up with Cydio crates to basically offer a secured crate hauling system for gear and also cargo in the back of your truck and your SUV. So you might notice that there's a Cydio brand set of crates on the website, and you guys can also use those too. Okay, so they sent me a thank you card. Thank you for buying American made. Your order made our day. We hope that can make yours. And again, they want us to give them a review, which is pretty cool. What we have in here, guys, are basically some cards that I can use to pass out at trade shows and so on. I'd really like to start pushing the Tmat system at different expos and things like that, show it off what it's going to look like. In the back of the truck, show off some examples of it. So we've got some cards I'll be passing out for customers. And I'm also going to get you guys a QR code here eventually you can use just to scan if you want to order the products. Then I got a bunch of Tmat stickers. So we'll be passing those also out at Thunder in the Prairie and also using those at some of the expos and trade shows I like to go to. All right, so first of all, what do we have in the box here? What did they send us? All right, so this is something I really was looking forward to testing here. Well, actually, everything in the box is pretty sweet. So these are the early release, early production examples of the ramps that they're going to be offering. And so these go on the bottom of your Tmat system or towards your tailgate. And basically this allows you to more easily get items up on your ramp system without having to lift them from the tailgate up onto the mat. And you guys will see that when I get it all set up. And this shows you what they look like. We've got several examples of those, which is really cool. They also sent me some tight fit anchors. And so if you want to put these on the bottom of a box, like a wooden box or anything that you want to secure, say like a Milwaukee pack out system, you can screw these onto that system or bolt them into that system. And these will basically give you a much more secure lockdown for those items so they don't move. Say you got a toolbox you want to pull tools out of, but you don't really pull the toolbox out all the time. This will allow you to better secure those items in the back of your truck. So I'm going to show you what these anchors look like. I have the light fit anchors or loose fit anchors that I showed you in the previous video. And these are basically a tighter version of those so that they're a little bit harder to get out, but they're also designed so that those items don't fall over or move as easily when you're driving your truck, all right? And again, so when you guys see the mat system, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. So again, these are some of those ramps that we can use, which are really cool. We've also got the early release, the Edge ramp kit with 2 handles. So what we have here are the molded in handles, and you'll see it when the mat is all done. These handles make it easier for you to pull the mat out and slide it forward and slide it back. I also believe that we have some more ramps in here, so we'll get that open and show that off too. Actually, why don't we just go ahead and do that right now. All right, so first things first, let's show you the early release Edge ramp kit. So what early release means is that some of this could be some pre-production items. These could also be kind of designs in the making. So what you're gonna get, the final product could vary a little bit from what you see here. So I'm one of the first people on the channel that gets to show it to you. And a lot of these items are before they even hit necessarily the store shelves or are even released to the public. So you guys are actually getting a really cool kind of sneak peek about what's coming our way. All right, so let's go and get the ramp kit out. Here we go. So again, you can see the pieces. And again, the way they look in the end, they could look a little bit different, how the way that the moldings are done and so on. And then these are the handles that are basically molded into the ramp so you can pull back on the mat. So on the back of the mat system, which is going to be by the tailgate, these are going to go in there, and these are what you can use to much more easily pull the mat out. Now I may be changing my system a little bit. I kind of had my mat set up so that it wouldn't slide all the way out or move forward, but I may change that this time around because I'm finding that I'm having to load heavier items, and sometimes, you know, it would be much easier just to put the items on and just push it forward or pull it back to get them out, especially a lot of the furniture items that we like to refinish. So we've got the complete ramp system all set to go. I've got those bigger ramp pieces over here in the ground, so these are all going to get added once we get my mat system all figured out. Now this was something I was really looking forward to. These are the 2x4 adapters that they have on the website. So you've got the pegs down on the bottom which go into the mat system. This basically allows you to put the 2x4s in. You can bolt them in from the sides. Now this might take me a little while to get set up, but I'm going to show these to you right now. And you can basically have a modular system of dividing up your truck bed with 2x4s, and from there you could attach front tire holders for bicycles. You could use it to divvy up your system, break up your tailgate or your truck bed in a more of a compartment style where you can set items in it. So this allows you to put 2x4s in it, which is really cool, and kind of create your own little frames, and that allows you to expand off of what you're already doing. And they've got the anchors in the bottom, which are just awesome. Really looking forward to using these too. So we've got 3 of those that we're going to use. I'm pretty much going to be able to use that to divide my truck bed in half, or make like a little bit of a cargo area towards the front part, towards where it comes into the cab. And that's going to allow me to section off the truck bed. You'll see that once I get that all done here coming up down the road. And then the tight fit anchors, let's just show you what these look like so you guys can see them. All right, so this is your tight fit anchor. Okay, so what it is you can put 4 screws in here, and I used a number 6, I think 1-inch screw when I did these, when I put these in my rifle case. You can also use wood screws if you want something that's going to bite a little bit more, or so you're going to put these on the bottom of a wooden crate or some sort of a wooden box that you want to secure in your truck bed. You would use the wood screws in those, or whatever kind of screws you want to, and you're all set to go. So again, the tight fit anchors are going to be a little bit tighter, a little bit harder to pull out, and that's fine. They're designed to not basically pop out while you're driving. Not that there's an issue with the loose fit anchors, but these will definitely keep your heavier items much more secure. And then through here, you can put your bolts through. So if you guys use like the Milwaukee pack out system, they have a frame that those items sit in. You can basically run these bolts through it and secure it in that frame system if you want to. And so that's how the tight fit anchors are going to work. And they just basically fit right in the, more or less the waffle board that makes up the Tmat system. Now this is something I really wanted to check out. I thought this was just awesome. So what we have here, guys, is the all metal, check this out, machined, not sure if it's steel or aluminum. Sucker's heavy duty with the anchors already in it. This is basically used to hold your 5-gallon buckets. And you can put a 5-gallon bucket in here and secure it in the back of your truck. So you've got a lot of items you like to haul around, you get tired of those buckets falling over. This allows you to put your 5-gallon bucket in the mat system and hold it in place. This thing is just sweet. This thing is really well made. The metal work looks wonderful on it. Check that out. And then you got your anchors on the bottom like I mentioned before. I believe these are the tight fit anchors if I'm not mistaken. And so that's what we have going on here. And something I want to do is I want to set a propane tank in here and see if it fits. And Tmat, if you guys don't make one for a propane tank, it would be really cool if you offered one, especially for those of us that do a lot of camping. They use a lot of different camping ovens and maybe some griddles and things like that. It'd be cool to be able to secure a propane tank in here. Now, obviously, I'm going to put some sort of a ratchet strap across the top of it, just to ensure that stuff doesn't fall over. I probably wouldn't do it with a 5-gallon bucket, but I would with a propane tank. But this makes it really easy for you to lower your 5-gallon buckets in, take them out. Now, if the propane tank doesn't fit, I do have a 5-gallon bucket that I use for turkey hunting, and I'll show that to you a little bit later on. It's got an insulated seat cover on it, and you can put your turkey hunting gear in it and stuff like that. And so, yeah, this is really friggin' nice. This thing is awesome. So this is gonna definitely see some use in the back of my pickup truck. All right, guys, so we're gonna go and open up the big box now. So here's the deal, guys. I mentioned this before, we were one of the early adopters of the Tmat system, and they've since changed the basic mat system itself, so now it's got drain holes in it. My current mat does not have one, does not have drain holes in it, which is not a problem because I have a tonneau cover on my pickup truck, so it does keep everything nice and dry. But the thing is if I'd ever leave that tonneau cover off and haul different items and then have it rain, it'd be a little bit of a pain to get that mat system out without making a huge mess. So if it had drain holes in it, it'd be much easier because the water would just run through it, go out the back of the tailgate, and we all live happily ever after. So because I've got one of the early systems that didn't have the drain holes, I contacted Tmat when they saw my initial order when I was talking to them, and they said, hey, well, why don't we just send you the new design that has the drain holes in it, you'll be all set to go. And this is gonna be the Tmat strips with drain holes and the Tmat interlocking panels with drain holes. And this is basically everything I need for the 6'4" bed in my Ram pickup truck. And basically the drain holes are just in there. You can see, hopefully you guys can see through there. The holes are right here on the bottom, right? Each one. And so if there's any water that gets in there, it just runs right out and it'll essentially dry. And so that's something where you don't have to worry about having to take the thing out every single time. You know, you don't have to worry about it. So I got everything I need right here to essentially put it together. And I plan on doing that. So I'm basically just going to make a big 6'4" square, essentially, or 6 foot square. Put the ramps on the end of it. We're going to put that in the back of the pickup truck, and I think we're going to be all set to go. Okay, guys, so here's the finished mat. This is essentially what it's going to look like before it goes in the back of my pickup truck. Currently, I have some of these single strips that are coming off the left side. I've got 2 back here and 3 back here in the current mat in my truck so that the mat doesn't move forward or go back. But I want the convenience of being able to move the mat easily. So I'm going to go ahead and leave those little winglets off, and I'm just simply going to put the mat in the back of the truck. And I can show you what that 5-gallon bucket holder looks like, which is really cool. That's going to keep that bucket secure so it doesn't go anywhere, which is awesome. And again, very easy to assemble this. You just simply go by rows, you follow the directions, it's easy to do. And you can see the concrete through the holes in the mats. You can see the gray in each one of those. And those are essentially your drain holes. So that's going to make it super duper easy for water to drain out of it. I do want to give a shout out to the Tmat engineers. This one did go together much easier than the first set that I had. The first set that I had pretty much required mallets on every single waffle block to go together. These just fit absolutely perfectly together, had no trouble whatsoever getting them to go. In fact, the old kits, and they still might do this, the old kits included a mallet. I'm not sure if the new kits do or not, but you guys are pretty much good to go. And then the ramps that we're talking about here, your ramp extensions that they offer with the pole handles, those are right here, and they give you a nice angle, which makes it super easy to roll items into the back of your mat. Okay, that makes it super duper easy. And you can also pull the mat back by grabbing those little grab handles there and pulling back. And then I have enough ramp pieces to go pretty much the entire width of the tailgate that's going to have the mat in it. And I would say this mat covers probably about, well, without the winglets, probably around 90% of the 90% of the truck bed. Not the tailgate, my bad. So it is going to cover the vast majority of the working area of the back of the pickup truck, which is really nice. So now the next thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and put it in the back of the truck and show you what it looks like. I do not have the 2x4s ready to go just yet. I will do an update on those when I get them done. The 2x4 holders, and I'll show you what those look like. And we'll get this in the truck and put some blockers in it and just show you what it looks like. It's going to look a lot like it did before, but now obviously I've got the improved mat because of the drain holes, and I've also got the 5-gallon bucket holder, which is really sweet. So let's go ahead and put it in the back of the Ram, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. All right, hang tight. Okay, guys, so this is what the mat looks like before I put it in the back of the bed. I mean, I've just got it sitting here right now. I did take out the little side winglet so I can just pull the mat in and out. I think it's going to be a lot easier for me to use. And you can see I've got a little cargo box at the back there, and I've got some blockers holding the cargo box in place. And if you're new to the channel, or this is the first time you've watched any of my Tmat videos, this is essentially what a blocker is. They've got a couple different types that you can get. This is a stout blocker, so this is designed to hold really tight. The blockers at the back are just a little bit looser, so they make them easier to move around for like frequent shifting of cargo that you might need to do for frequent reconfigurations. And you do get a set of the blockers when you purchase a mat system from the Tmat website. Okay. Now, something I do want to mention real quick, I should probably talk about this, is the RAM system that you see right here. I mentioned that this is a early release and basically taken directly from the Tmat website. What it means is that there's 3D printed ABS parts in the final round of testing, and they will ship separately. And it says if you're not satisfied, they can be returned for a refund within 30 days. So you may be buying an early production product, and it says early release in the description. They give you all the disclaimers for it. So if you're happy with those parts, you don't have any problems with them, you're able to hold on to them and keep them. If you want to send them back, you're more than welcome to. There might be some slight differences in the finish and so on, but you're essentially getting more or less a finished product. But it's up to you if you want to keep it or not. So the ramps that I have are early release, which means they want to get them out there. They want to get them in the hands of people to test them and try them out and see what they think about them. And you got your 30 days to go ahead and send them back if you don't like them. So now it's real simple. All I have to do is just grab the mat, just go ahead and push it forward like this. And the mat's in place. Okay, so now the question is, what if my mat's, too big or too short? You can use the single strip adjusters that I showed you in the unboxing to fine tune the length of the bed. I'm finding the way that I have mine set up with the ramps on it, it fits just perfectly. And I do have a rubber mat that's in the truck bed already, so it does make it a little hard for me to slide. If it was just paint or say like a Line-X bed coated system, it'd probably be a little bit easier. But otherwise I can pull it out and move it forward with no problems at all, which I love because I got so much stuff I put in this truck. So I can now pull stuff out to the tailgate and make it fit. All right, so now the last thing we're gonna do is get ourselves a propane tank and throw it up in that 5-gallon bucket holder and see if it fits. And then we will let you guys know about that. All right, so hang tight. All right, guys, so for me, this is going to be the game changer here. This is pretty cool. The 5-gallon bucket holder does fit a 20-gallon propane tank. At least I think this is a 20-gallon tank. It looks like it's not going to, but once you set the propane tank in there, the little wings open up just enough to keep the tank nice and snug, which is awesome because it's going to keep the tank from basically rolling around all over the place. Now, I still plan to run a ratchet strap across the top here to strap it down so that it doesn't move when we're traveling and stuff like that. But this is going to be a game changer for campsites. It's going to be so much easier for me to get a propane tank in and out of the truck bed without having to sit it on top of something or wedge it in the corner, because we do use a couple extra tanks for some of the cookware devices that we use on our campsite. And so in case you guys are kind of curious, yep, you can do 5-gallon buckets, and you can do, I believe, a 15-20-gallon propane tank with no problems. Now, if the tank is taller, that's not an issue. If the tank were to be any wider, wider diameter, it's probably not going to work. But I think for most of your commercial or your basic home uses, your propane tanks are probably about the same diameter, just for accessory sake. I could be totally wrong on that, but this is cool, guys. It's going to work out for us. I'm very happy with it. So in the end, oh, and I also want to mention real quick, the mats themselves can be ordered with or without drain holes. So if you want it without the drain holes, you can get it without the drain holes too. For some reason, I kept thinking that all the mats are ordered with drain holes, but they're not. And so you can get them with or without. That's going to be totally up to you. Anyway, guys, this is Travis P11. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to purchase any of the Tmat accessories that you've seen in the video so far or any of the previous videos, all you guys got to do is click on the link in the description box. If you do that, you're going to get 10% off most of the items on the website. You're also going to be helping out the channel with a small percentage that comes back to us to help the channel going, keep the channel going. But that's it, guys. If you have any questions about the Tmat system, just let me know. I'll be happy to answer them for you. There's a lot more specific details you can check out on the Tmat website. And again, use that link. It'll take you right over there. So anyway, guys, this is Travis P11. I want to thank you guys for watching. And again, I want to give a little shout out to Gun Bunny P11, my fiance, as she's the one that pretty much started this process by buying me the mat in the first place, which is awesome. Otherwise, guys, I think that's it. So I want you guys to have fun. I want you to be safe, and as you know, we will talk to you soon. All right, guys, take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.